What up, guys?
You're all certain. Everyone was
Second
in the living room
port.
together.
Of course.
Port.
I mean, the only time one of us even left the room was when Otto went to wake up Marjorie, right?
Providing you with ample time, opportunity, and cover to slay the victim
Snitches
and bring her
get
here.
No,
stitches.
wait, I was only gone for a moment, I promise. The layout of the house would have made it impossible. Marjorie was only 2 rooms away.
Is that true?
Yeah. He was only gone 10 seconds at the most.
Well, it is an unlikely scenario given the time frame. Did anyone else leave?
Well,
Yusuke
left for a
didn't do
second to
it.
call Marjorie. I assumed she stepped out, so I called her mobile, but I used the landline in the corridor just outside the
You don't have to
living
explain
room.
yourself.
Everyone must have heard. In fact, Artie was standing
He's,
right behind me at the time.
you got my word. He's an amazing person.
No answer. She's not picking up.
Isn't it possible she forgot to take her phone?
No, never. Marjorie would have had that darn contraption sewn to her ear.
Either the dad,
She was in charge of all the
ugly dude on the right,
jumbo, constantly fielding calls from retailers, art
or
galleries,
Crimson
you name
Chin.
it.
We got
She
3
ran your company?
suspects.
Marjorie had a gift for being creative and business savvy.
She was always running errands or scheduling meetings.
Actually, maybe not the old man,
Quite a
because
busy
they said
woman.
someone strong.
I find it odd that such an important device would be missing from the scene.
Excuse me, Inspector, but the cellular phone was found
2
in the victim's
suspects.
bedroom. Yes.
Ugly
According
and
to the
crimson.
report, it was discovered underneath her mattress.
Her mattress?
It's not that unusual. Marjorie always
the
left her
iPhone
mobile
1.
next to her at night in place of an alarm clock.
Sir, it says here the phone was off when it was tagged for evidence.
That's interesting. So there wasn't even a signal. It wouldn't matter where he was
Oh
calling
my
her
head.
from.
I gotta sync this shit again.
So, all my suspects share the same alibi.
Yeah, all except Marjorie.
Wait, Marjorie.
Artie? It's true.
Suicide does seem likely. It's definitely the most
Crimson Chin
convenient
did it.
explanation. Considering you were all in the living room together, it would be impossible for someone
I
to
need
leave
more
without
reason
being
though.
discovered.
Why?
You agree. Like I said.
Yo, Richard just wants to
suicide.
get out of there.
The reason for Mrs. Wamplecott's missing footwear and clean feet is obvious to an
What?
expert sleuthman like me. You see, the victim's feet never touched the ground. She used the stepping stones leading from the porch to the storeroom. This is an unquestionable fact, just as sure as Marjorie Wamplecott broke the Forge Master's sacred pot. There was no phantom killer that brought her into this storeroom. She simply got up before
Richard's
anyone else and
trash.
walked over, quiet as a mouse.
There's something else. The rope Marjorie used to hang herself is the same exact type of packing rope we store in here. And we were all together when we heard the
Why do I
sound
feel
of
like
the
it's all of
lock
them?
breaking.
Stalemate.
I'm
We're
tell-
not going to get anywhere like this. I want this storeroom
If it
searched
was
again,
possible,
inch
I'll
by
say
inch.
all of them, bro.
Will all of you please wait in the living
They were
room?
s-
This could take a while. Also, no one is to go off
They
on
were
their
sick
own.
of Marjorie being a
Understood?
clumsy bitch.
Suicide. It's a
I'm sorry.
possibility, but I doubt it. There's just too many unexplained variables that could possibly point to foul play. The deep slash on her right calf. The fact that the soles of her feet were completely spotless despite the absence of footwear. Richard's stepping stone theory is lame. Those get
Lame.
just as dirty. And of course, the most intriguing thing of all, this marble I found yesterday. I don't know why, but
Let's
something
think about it.
bothers me. Something.
Marble.
Something I saw in the storeroom. Wait, I think I've got it.
Give me that.
Who was that? Yo,
No, it's just a marble. I should have known only something so mundane. would
dude,
hold the
Richard's
interest of a
trash. I'm
child.
sorry. Dude, Richard's trash.
Great.
Oh
The
no.
psychiatrist
Don't
would
tell me
have
he's
a
gonna
field
look
day
up-
with this one.
Oh yeah, I knew it. Those look like nubs. That's cute.
Doing? Rachel, look on the chair.
Blood?
I don't know who put it there. It isn't mine.
Yo, Rachel thought he was gonna do something.
Why would lipstick
He was gonna eat
appeared on
something.
the chair like
Wink,
this?
wink.
Maybe.
Hey, Conan!
Dude, he pushed the shit. Wait, what's that, Richard? Please tell me that's Richard.
If I'm right,
Please tell me that's Richard.
there's no way this was a suicide.
I don't think it was.
Conan, we're busy here.
You saw his
Sorry, I
glasses?
forgot something.
I know, young man.
She's about to
You
go down.
forgot my orders.
Where's the lady's body?
It's been taken away for examination.
Oh.
That's it. Bullseye.
That splat.
the evidence
Yeah.
the killer couldn't hide.
Yeah. Yep. They carried.
Okay, if my other hunch holds up, this case might be going somewhere.
So you gotta carry it. So the blood drips.
There it is! Some days
Oh my
everything just
God.
falls into place. Now I'll have enough proof to steer McGuire and
They
his team in the
hanged
right
her?
direction. Calm down, Jimmy. In order to prove the victim was murdered, one more
They
thing needs
hanged
to
her
fall into place.
to come
You will
back
find it
later,
down
right?
here.
So it has to be one of the sons.
What?
Because they
Conan, what do you
purposely
think you're doing?
brought
Get down from
him,
there.
It's okay, Inspector. I
brought
was
her
just
to that
looking for what I
spot.
forgot.
Young man, this is a crime
Because
scene,
they
not
saw
a
the
kid's
blood
jungle
splatter.
gym. Get down! You're gonna break your
Let me
annoying
drop
little neck.
this.
Wait, stay there while I get a ladder.
So I'll say it's either Crimson Chin or the ugly dude. And I'm guessing, I think it might be Crimson Chin.
Aha! Just as I would expect from a pottery artist.
Slow and steady, Conan.
Okay.
This means the killer is one of two people, and I'd lay odds it's the one I had my eye on from the beginning. A sly one. He set the trap, killed Marjorie Wafflecott, and made it appear she killed herself. But for all his plotting and scheming, one thing this mad genius didn't count on.
Yeah, he did. Look at that ugly ass, big ass chin. That's just over here. Imagine I had a chin
I
like this.
discovered the murderer's identity and unraveled his methods.
I wouldn't watch me.
Now comes the hard part. Relaying all this to Inspector McGuire.
Excuse me, Inspector. I'd like to know exactly how long
Yup.
you intend to keep us held up here.
As long
It's
as it
you,
takes,
Mr.
Stonewall. The murder
Stone.
investigation doesn't run on a set
Bitch.
time schedule.
You mind if I get something to eat? I haven't had anything.
Go ahead,
all day, and
Yusuke.
I'm starving. And I could use a change of clothes.
That's fine. Go ahead. None of you are in prison. Not yet, anyway. That's a joke, people.
No, you can't. If you let them go, you'll lose the
Whoa,
evidence.
slow down.
Oh, bro. Dude, Richard, I hate. I'm sorry.
Dad.
Look,
I was interfering. I've already
Look, I
solved
love
this case
Richard.
on my own. Nuisance.
But I hate him a lot.
Suicide. Right, Inspector?
Yes.
All right, Richard.
Yeah,
Time
and
for you to
please,
take a little nap.
please let him hit his head on the
Oh,
floor.
by the way, Richard, I found those items you were looking for earlier.
What items, you brat?
Huh? Okay, well, I guess if you don't mind me telling everyone about them.
What?
Hey, come closer. You remember?
It'd be funny.
No?
It'd be funny if you slapped the shit out of him.
Refresh your memory.
What? That might be one of the best ones. That.
Okay. Attach the micro speaker, and with a little luck.
Great. Nice job. What would I do without you, kiddo?
Bruh.
Come on, ice the laughs. Spill what you found already. I want to wrap this up.
McGuire, I have the evidence that the murderer failed to conceal.
The murderer? Detective, just what are you saying?
I'm saying Marjorie Wafflecott didn't take her own life.
Conan, don't.
She was murdered, Inspector. The culprit is someone she knew
Conan,
well.
don't look at them while
Someone
you're
right
talking for him. Like what?
How fascinating. I've always dreamed of hearing one of Detective Moore's legendary sleeping deductions in person.
Detective, what you're suggesting is impossible. By your own admission, the victim was found immediately after her death, and all of the occupants of the house were together at the time.
I told you precisely what the killer wanted to hear. Forgive the deception, McGuire, but it was the only way to
Conan's
preserve
looking
the
right at him and
necessary
talking.
Then show me this blasted evidence you're talking about.
Blood, Inspector.
Blood?
Yep.
I saw
It
that.
was Richard's
Check.
brilliant idea. He had me look for any unusual bloodstains on the floor.
Show me.
Here, it seems unusual to me.
Yup.
Way. The two of you carried the body over here, correct?
Yes. Again,
Wait,
we thought
it's not
she was still
Yusuke.
alive. We were very careful.
Chill.
I carried her by the arms
Fuck.
and Sammy had her feet. We set
Shit.
her down right where
No.
you are.
No, not Yusuke.
In that case, you boys have a lot of explaining to do.
What do you mean by that, Inspector?
Marjorie
Most-
was bleeding
most
all
of the time the
over
one-
floor when we took her down.
Oh my
especially
God,
in the
it's
corner
Yusuke.
there.
Shit.
No, not all the blood that's here is from you two carrying the body.
Damn it.
It's difficult to discern at first glance, but there are clearly two separate sets of blood stains.
Wait,
What?
dude.
There's two sets.
The shape and size of a blood splatter is determined by the height from which it falls. The higher the drop, the bigger
Whoopsie,
the
I thought
circle
they
of
hanged
splatter
her.
around it. So, a single drop falling only a few inches would leave a tiny stain, compared to one falling several feet. If Marjorie was carried by her arms and legs, there would be a distance of 1.5 to 2 feet.
Maybe
between her
it was
toes
that
and the
time of
floor.
month.
Therefore, it is obvious that this particular stain was made by a blood drop of at least 3 feet. Unless you carried her body over your heads.
Pardon the interruption, but isn't it possible Marjorie climbed one of the shelves?
Why would she?
Unless... Bingo!
Yep, it's
Sometime
you,
between
Skeg.
late last night and this morning, the killer placed an unconscious Marjorie Wafflecott up on the shelf. One end of a rope hanging from the ceiling was
Wow.
placed in a noose around her neck. The plan was that Marjorie would lose her balance upon waking up and fall off the shelf, thereby unintentionally hanging herself.
Wow.
A forced
That's
suicide of sorts.
fucked.
The loud noise was indeed the smashed pottery, but just like the hanging, it was no accident. The pots were strategically placed in Mrs. Wafflecott's path so that when she fell from the shelf,
That's so
her
messed
feet would
up,
not come
bro.
over. This was a crucial detail in the culprit's plan because the broken fragments shifted attention away from the shelf and made it appear as though the victim used the pottery as leverage to hang
wow.
herself. Also, the sound immediately gave a reference as to the time of death, aiding the killer in his alibi by placing him amongst his peers at the instant Marjorie Wafflecott died.
That's quite a story, Richard. But what about that cut on her right calf?
Simple, Inspector. Look closely at the top of the shelf. You'll notice a nail protruding from the board.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, you're right.
Upon losing her balance, the victim most likely slashed her leg as she fell. The coroner's report should validate this theory. The bloodstains near the base of the shelf indicate she likely attempted to hang on for a few seconds before
I feel
falling.
bad for her, bro. That's messed up, bro.
So, you believe the slash on her calf was just a self-inflicted accident?
Definitely. The murderer had no idea. He
This
was
is making
as
it so
shocked as
obvious.
everyone else. And he certainly panicked when he saw the nail in the pool of blood. Though he took comfort in the knowledge that the police might attribute the erratic swaying of the body as the cause for the additional splatters, he also knew the stains were too far from the shelf for such a faulty explanation.
Something about this one's pretty fucked.
Scrutiny. Deciding that if the bloodstains were
Fudged.
discovered, he'd ultimately get caught, the killer made sure the body was taken down and placed on the floor before the authorities arrived. Thus, he was able to hide blood with more blood. But why continue to spout theories when we can get the answers straight from the fiend's mouth? After you left the living room during the party last night, you carried Marjorie to the storeroom and set the stage for her suicide. Isn't that the way it happened, Sammy? After all, you
Oh, I thought it was
are the
Crimson
killer.
Chin. I thought he was.
No. Sam. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Tell them. Of course not. You know me, Artie. This
You
is all a
see-
big misunderstanding. I'm not the only one who left the party. Besides, why would I commit a murder with a famous detective around?
Because Marjorie broke the Forge Master's pride and joy, just as you had been waiting for her to do all along. Quite
Wow, I
a
thought
mouse
Dad
trap.
was gonna die.
The pot was rigged with a marble, placed at its base to make it tilt. All Marjorie had to do was barely touch it. Destroying the masterpiece was a perfect cover for suicide. Isn't that right, Sammy?
Well, son,
Oh.
this sure does look bad. It's safe to assume Mrs. Wafflecott would most likely be the person to handle
Wow,
the
so
pot
she
in the
didn't
storeroom.
do it.
Sooner or later, she was bound to spring
I'm
you
sorry,
a little
Marjorie.
trap.
Admit it, kid. The fact that Mrs. Wafflecott got herself
I
inebriated
say everything I
and
say
passed out
bad.
at the party galvanized your resolve to go through with the murder.
This is crazy. It's all circumstantial evidence.
What a
Nothing
piece of
links me to the
shit, bro.
crime.
That's where you're wrong. Your clothes are all the evidence I need.
Huh?
Inspector McGuire, if you would be so kind as to lift the back of his
Is
jacket.
his butt crack? Oh, wow.
Lipstick!
The one clue Marjorie was able to leave behind, albeit unintentionally.
Damn.
You had no choice but to carry her draped over your shoulder as you climbed a ladder to reach the shelf. Unaware of the smudge, you returned to the
I didn't know
party
he
as if nothing
left.
had happened. But while your victim lay sleeping, oblivious
That's
to her
horrible.
impending demise, you unwittingly signed your own confession.
That's his sister,
written in
right?
red lipstick. Careful examination of a seat cushion in the living room will reveal a lipstick smudge matching the one on the rear of Mr. Hammerstolz's t-shirt.
Come on, give me a break, detective. Sure, there's lipstick on the back of my
Keep your
shirt,
pants
and
up.
yeah, I'm sure it belongs to Marjorie, but it could have just as easily gotten there when she nudged up against me. She was asleep on the floor right behind me. Come on, guys.
She's
you
eating his
remember?
ass.
You could twist this lipstick thing any way you want to,
Oh.
detective. But the only true fact about last night is that we were all drunk.
You want to continue playing this game, Sam? That's fine by me. I've got an ace.
Oh,
I've been dying to lay
shit.
on the table. Conan, walk them through it just like I showed you.
Conan, be careful! Here it is, Richard. Hold on tight, okay? You can
That's cute.
fall.
He broke another one.
Oh, it's a...
Wait, what?
Why on earth would somebody put a phone inside of a pot?
That's easy, McGuire. To make certain
Wait,
this murder was a
what?
success. Narrow though the shelf may be, there was no guarantee the victim would fall off upon
To
waking.
scare her?
So to hedge his bets, Mr. Hammerstolz placed his phone right where Marjorie Wafflecott was sure to hear it. Grabbing a phone when it
Wow.
rings is pure
That's
instinct
true.
even when sleeping. The victim, after years of using her phone as an alarm clock, was in the daily habit of reaching out to
Damn.
turn it off. Sammy placed his phone in the jar, which he strategically positioned on the shelf below Marjorie. But this was no ordinary jar. It had a double bottom with holes in the inner lining, ensuring it could be heard loud and clear. Why don't you run a check on the phone, Inspector? I'm sure the result
What a
will
piece
be
of shit, man.
You see, that cell phone is registered to one Samuel.
I mean, I know she's a klutz and shit, but
Game, set, match, Mr. Hammerstolz. Do you
he's
have
gonna use
anything to
spirit
add?
gun. Oh yeah, he's turning spirit gun.
Your reputation is well earned. Yes, I'm the one who killed Marjorie.
Why, Yusuke?
I gotta know, why'd you zero in on me? Otto left and had the same chance to make the call as I
And
did.
he's ugly.
That's true. And Otto was my #1 suspect when I first learned of Conan's incredible find.
Then what tipped you off?
That's easy. It was what you said during
Yo,
the
the
phone
dad does
call
not
that
give a
gave you
shit.
away.
No answer. She's not picking up.
As soon as Marjorie's cell phone was recovered, it was glaringly obvious your earlier
Oh.
statement had betrayed you.
Sir,
Oh
it
my!
says here the phone was
I
offered
hate
as
missing
type
those
evidence.
parts.
Since there was no
Those
signal,
clues.
anyone calling Marjorie's phone would have received an automated message warning that service was unavailable. Your comment proves you dialed a different number. This led me to realize the number you were calling was your own. Next time you phone in a murder, try calling collect.
Alright, tell us why.
I see. If I said there was no connection,
There's no way we're
follow
gonna
my
feel
story.
bad for him.
You make me sick. After destroying a human life and a priceless masterpiece, all you're sorry about is the fact that you got caught.
Thanks. If I could fool you into believing my little forgery was the real deal, perhaps I have more talent than Sty just gave me credit for. I did enjoy the look on the old man's face when he thought his
Wow.
phone was destroyed.
A forgery?
Yeah, don't worry, Artie. I've got the original safely tucked
Wait,
away.
so that's not his dad? Oh my bad, they're not. They're his disciples, my B.
Amazing. It broke right in front of her eyes and she fell for it. Marjorie of all people. Who knew these hands were so gifted? No wonder that mule was raking in so much money. I bet you sold my fakes for double the price. Fakes? You liar!
Sammy.
Fakes. We sold them like candy, very expensive candy. We were raking it in, but Marjorie had to go and get it conscious. Come on, you think I was meant for this old starving artist routine?
Fool.
You're wrong, old man. I knew exactly what I was doing. We found an endless supply of deep pockets, but that hag just wouldn't listen to reason.
It's been fun, but let's not get carried away. Sty just won't get on board, trust me. At the very least, he'll learn to appreciate your art.
Bro, she's a
Isn't that
smug
what you want?
bitch. I take it. I bring everything back what I said about Marjorie.
Man, you didn't have to do all this for his approval. We believed in you.
They're both
I don't want
trash.
your pity. And I wasn't looking for anyone's approval. Marjorie was crazy. You're just jealous like Artie because I had the guts to
Dang.
jump at an opportunity. I could have been...
Yusuke's voice actor is so
How
fire.
dare you!
Oh, he's gonna spank his butt. Dang, hey man, your daughter was a piece of shit, so don't be so sad.
Sammy, I know you're better than this. I just don't buy it. Tell me.
There's nothing to tell. You think you know me, but you don't. I wanted it all, and if you've gotten in my way, you're next.
Wow, dang, this guy's a psycho. He a psychopath, man.
Let's go.
Damn, McGraw's pretty short. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for none of them. I don't feel sorry for the person that died or the person who killed. Let's call it a day. Good case closed. But wow, damn man. I feel bad for her, bro. But nah, not really, man. She was selling fakes and getting that moolah, so forget that bitch. Alright, let's see what's gonna be the goal.
Oh, by the by, The teacup has been appraised at $175,000.
Huh. They disguised its worth quite well.
Doctor, ugliness is only.
He's gonna break it. Yo, yo, what a freaking idiot! No! Oh, he deserves it to break now. Please, please, please,
I'm glad to
please,
see Richard laughing. Humor compliments Jason
please.
Shallow.
Oh, what the hell? It didn't break. What a lucky guy. Imagine like in another episode we see it break. But all right, guys. Great two-part. I mean, really good. It was good two-parter. Um, the least I think from all the two-parters, I don't, is not, it's not up there with the two-parters, but it's good. I liked it, and yeah. So I hope y'all ready for the another two-parter coming, and please, guys, if you enjoyed yourself and you want to, you want more, leave a like. Greatly appreciate it. It means a lot. Motivates me. Helps me a lot. And yeah, and comment too. I love replying to you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, man, this was a trip. And until next time, I love you guys. Peace.